Good day everyone, welcome to part 3 of the series about solving equations. Today I decided to do rational equations again because there's so many variety in these types of equations. The next part I'll do quadratic equations and then I'll get back again to rational equations because then we'll use quadratic equations inside the rational equations. So we're going to do 2 problems today. The second one was from a website called Slide Share. I'll put a link to that in the description below. Okay, so let's start with the first one. So the first one is 2 divided by x minus 2 is equal to 4 divided by x plus 1. So remember our goal is to get x equal to some number. So what we're going to try and do is get rid of the denominator and let we only have the denominator left. So what we can do on this side is we can multiply the 2 by x minus 2 and x plus 1. But because we did it on the left, we must also do it on the right. So we multiply by x minus 2 and x plus 1. So what you actually can do is you can just, to get the term you have to multiply the denominator with, you just multiply all the terms in the denominator, like x minus 2 and x plus 1. But if there's a duplication, as in the previous video I did, I'll put a link on the screen now, where it's in the denominator it's only x minus 2 and x minus 2. You don't have to multiply it by it twice. You can just do it once. But here it's 2 different terms. You can see it's x minus 2 and x plus 1. So you multiply with both of them on the top. So what we're left with here, the x minus 2 in the numerator cancels out with the x minus 2 in the denominator. So we left with 2 times x plus 1 is equal to, now on the right hand side, the x plus 1 in the numerator cancels out with the x plus 1 in the denominator. So we left with 4 times x minus 2. So if you look at the original equation, there's an easier way to do this. So as you can see here, there is only one term on the left and only one term on the right. So because that is the case, we can cross multiply. So we can say 2 times x plus 1 is equal to 4 times x minus 2, and we're left with the same answer as below. So this is just a linear equation. I'll put a link on the screen now for part 1, where I explained extensively how to solve linear equations. So what we do here is we take the 2 inside the brackets. So we say 2 times x is just 2x, and we say 2 times 1 is just 2. Now we can also say, we can take the 4 into the bracket, so we say 4 times x is just 4x, and we say 4 times minus 2 is minus 8. Okay, so now we have to get all the x's on one side and all the numbers on the other side. So what we can do on the left here to get rid of this 2x is we can subtract 2x. So what we're left with is 2x minus 2x, which is a 0. So we're left with 2 is equal to, now I also have to subtract 2 on the right hand side, so we're left with 4x minus 2x is just 2x minus 8. Now remember, you don't have to just take the 2, you can, what you also can do is you can get rid of the 4x. So to get rid of the 4x we say minus 4x, but we also have to do it on the left, minus 4x. So what we're left with, so we can say or, so it's 2x minus 4x is minus 2x plus 2 is equal to, and then 4x minus 4x is just 0, and we're left with minus 8. But because we don't want to actually deal with the minus 2, I decided to take the 2 and not the 4. So I'll show you both, but I prefer this one so I don't have to deal with the minus. So now I take the 8, to get rid of the 8, I add 8 on this side, so I also have to add 8 on the left side. So I'm left with 2 plus 8, which is 10, is equal to now 2x, and minus 8 plus 8 is just 0. So now to get rid of the 2 in front of the x, because our goal here is to get x equal to some number, we can divide by 2. But because we divide by 2 on the right hand side, we also have to divide by 2 on the left hand side. So we're left with 10 divided by 2, which is 5, is equal to x. So we can leave it as that, or we can just not write it as x is equal to 5. And that's our final answer. So now I'm going to show you the other way. So now we have to get rid of this plus 2, so we subtract 2 on the left side. But because we subtracted 2 on the left, we also have to subtract 2 on the right. So now we're left with minus 2x. Plus 2 minus 2 is just 0, is equal to minus 8 minus 2 is minus 10. So now our goal again is to get x on the x alone. So to do that we have to divide by minus 2 on the left. But because we divide by minus 2 on the left, we also have to divide by minus 2 on the right. So we divide by minus 2. So we're left with here minus 2x divided by minus 2 is just x. So we're left with x is equal to, now minus 10 divided by minus 2 is 5. So you see, it doesn't matter to which side we take the x. I just always try to avoid minus signs, because those you can much easily make a mistake if there's a minus sign. Okay, so now I'm just going to test my answer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the left hand side. The left hand side was equal to 2 divided by x minus 2. So now our x is equal to 5. So you say it's 2 divided by 5 minus 2. So we have 2 divided by 3. Now the right hand side, we say the right hand side is equal to 4 divided by x plus 1. So that is, our x is equal to 5. So we say it's 4 divided by 5 plus 1. So that is just equal to 4 divided by 6. Now, it doesn't look like they're equal, but if we divide 4 by 2, so we say divide by 1, like this. So 2 goes into 4 2 times, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So we can see that the left hand side is equal to the right hand side. So we know our answer of x equal to 5 for problem 1 is correct. Okay, I'm going to turn the page so we can start with question 2. So question 2 is equal to, well, is 1 divided by x is equal to 2 divided by x plus 3. So as in the first question, like I said, what we can do, because they are different, we can, the denominator on the left is different than the denominator on the right. We just multiply the 2, and we know we must multiply the 1 by x and x plus 3. And because we did it on the left, we also have to do it on the right. So we multiply the 2 by x and x plus 3. So what we're left with on the left, the x in the numerator cancels out with the x in the denominator, so we're left with 1 times x plus 3 is equal to, now the x plus 3 in the numerator is cancelled out by the x plus 3 in the denominator, so we're left with 2 times x. So now this is just a linear equation. I'll put a link to where I explained it in part 1 in the video now. So 1 times x is just x, and 1 times 3 is just 3, is equal to 2x. Now we can take, because I want to avoid minuses, I'll rather subtract x on this side then subtract 2x. I'll rather subtract 1x on the left and 1x on the right, then subtract 2x on the right and subtract 2x on the left. So I'm going to subtract the x on the left. Now because I did it on the left, I also have to do it on the right. So I subtract x on the right hand side 2. So x minus x is just 0, and I'm left with 3 is equal to, now 2x minus x is just x, so I'm left with x minus 3. So I'm just going to quickly show you if I did it the other way. So let's say I decided I want to subtract 2x on the right hand side. So now because I subtracted 2x on the right hand side, I also have to subtract it on the left. So I subtract 2x on the left. Now I'm left with 4. So now it's minus 2x plus x is minus x, and I'm left with plus 3 is equal to, and because 2x minus 2x is just 0, so now I have to get 3 on the other side, so I subtract 3 on both sides, so I'm left with minus x is equal to minus 3. And now to get, because I don't want minus x, the answer of minus x, I want the answer of x. So now to do that, that's just a minus 1 times x. So I divide the left side by minus 1. But because I did it on the left, I also have to do it on the right. So I divide by minus 1. So I'm left with x is equal to, now minus 3 divided by minus 1 is just 3, and I have the same answer. I just try and avoid the minuses because they give room to error. Okay, so let's test and see if our answer is correct. So I'll take the left hand side. The left hand side is equal to 1 divided by x. Now we know x is equal to 3, so in the left hand side, if x is equal to 3, is a third. So now we test the right hand side. So the right hand side is 2 divided by x plus 3. So we know it is 2 divided by 3 plus 3. So we say the right hand side is equal to 2 divided by 6. but we can divide by 1. So 2 goes into 2 once, and 2 goes into 6 3 times. So we're left with a third. So we know that our left hand side is equal to our right hand side, and both of them are equal to a third if x is equal to 3. So now our answer of x equal to 3 is correct. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you are a lot smarter than your calculator, and please consider subscribing and remember the bell icon.